Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you my new router table extension wing for my table saw. I have it's probably a 70s or early 80s model 10-inch Craftsman table saw with the cast iron top. This was the old wing. If you look, you can see it's pretty bent out of shape. I never really used this right side too much anyways. So I decided to save some space in my shop. I would swap out my dedicated router table with this extension wing. And so this is what I've built so far. It is these three sides are solid, I think it's pine lumber. And then this edge down here is a 3/4 inch piece of birch plywood. And the top is also 3/4 inch birch plywood. And my insert is the same, it was cut out of the same piece of this birch. And what I did was, in order to get this to sit perfectly flat, like that, to get that to sit perfectly flat, I glued and screwed 4 pieces of, I don't know if you can see that, 4 pieces of the same 3/4 inch birch plywood. And I made them overhang just a little bit, so there's absolutely no gap between the top and those pieces. So that allows my insert to sit perfectly flush with that. And how I mounted it was these 3 bolts right here go into the side over here. They bolt straight into the cast iron, and then so actually it'll sit like this. And then this front piece, I have a bolt going into the front rail, but you have to have a standoff so that your fence can still slide. So I just made a little square block that I'll show you here in a second. And then on the back side, I have 2 holes. Where are they? I think this one and that one. They just mount to the back side of this fence rail, and that's all. It's really sturdy. So I'll go ahead and put it on and show you how it looks. So there it is mounted on the right side of the table saw. It adds quite a bit of width. The old one only came to about right here, so it adds about 5 or 6 inches. Let me show you how I bolted it on. There's 3 bolts, one here, and one here. There is a 4th one, but I couldn't get to it when I put my boards in underneath here, so I just used 3. So there's 3 bolts that go from this board into the cast iron table, the top. And then there's 1 bolt, let me get this out of the way. There's 1 bolt right here that goes from this piece through the iron, and you need this standoff because you can tell with the cast iron top, they use them too because your fence needs some room to slide. So I could have put another bolt right here, but I didn't really see the need for it. It's really sturdy. I can easily move the table around with it. And then on the back side, let me bring you around if you can see it. I just screwed a couple of holes in the wood frame and put some bolts through that. And then here's the underside. I don't know if you can see. Let's see here. There's a bolt right there, and then a couple others. So that's what it looks like. Let me show you let me set my camera up on the tripod and I'll show you the fence that I made for it. Alright, here's the fence that I made up. It's a really simple fence. It's just 2 pieces of 1/2 inch birch plywood with a couple of braces, and I added this little dust port on there, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it because it's really close to the cutout. But all it is, I'm going to put 2 1/4 inch bolts through my top, and then I put some slots in my base so that once it's on there, it can slide back and forth. I don't really do a whole lot of intricate router work. I'm usually just rounding over the edges or just putting a a dado and something, so I don't really need too much in a fence. So this will work just fine for me. But so that's the router tabletop and the fence that goes with it. I'm sure there's quite a few people out there who have the same type of table saw and have been curious like I was on how to put a router wing on there. So I hope this has helped you out. It was a learning experience for me. There's a few things I do different, but overall I'm pretty happy with it, and it'll definitely save a lot of space in my workshop. So thanks for watching my video.